Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, so you guys all joined because you wanted to know how to seal a deal from first contact and a little bit more in depth of what I personally do daily. I enroll throughout the entire month. I would say my average for loyal customers that I enroll, I would say right around 10 to 20 is my average. However, some months I do go crazy with it and I do get, 30 to 40 loyal customers a month. I'm also known for upselling before I even, get them to place an order. I can get them to order higher volumes. So we're talking like 50 to 150 volume every single loyal customer. And it is so good to learn how to do that because your promotions will come quick, especially when you're boxed. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody again. And then, all right. So there's two ways I enroll people. Okay, there's two ways that I reach out to people for these potential loyal customers. Okay, the first way that I reach out to people is bluntly messaging people. So I have a lot of people on my Facebook. You want to get up to 5,000 as fast as you possibly can. Okay, and then once you get up into the higher numbers, it's going to be a lot easier to reach out to more people at once, okay? And if you don't know what text replacement is, you need to find it out. There's trainings on YouTube how to get it if you have Android. Mandy Lee Richardson did one for iPhones as well, and there's tons and tons and tons of training videos on how to use text replacement on YouTube, okay? So be sure you check into that if you don't have it because you can send mass messages at the same time. And so I message bluntly, and this is what I usually say when I message bluntly, and it always might be a little bit different from the next, but I always send something very similar to this same exact sentence. And it literally says, "Hey, Chelsea," or whatever the name is, "I wanted to reach out to you because I'm looking for a few product models to try my blank, blank, and blank." I usually give 3 different options just in case they're not looking to grow their hair out or gain energy. They might be wanting to lose weight or vice versa. So I say, "I'm looking for a few product models for," and then fill in the blank with 2 to 3 products. "Is this something that you'd be interested in?" Another thing that I learned this past year in sending messages, sometimes people don't respond if you're bluntly asking them because they're like, okay, this lady's trying to sell me stuff, okay? So one of the other ways that you can do it that I know a lot of top leaders use is you can say the same sentence, "Hey, I'm looking for a few product models for this. Do you know anyone who might be interested?" So therefore, you're not just bluntly asking them, you're asking for referrals. So you're asking if they know anyone, if they have any friends. And, they might not be interested, but their friends might be interested. And so that makes it a little bit easier on you and it makes it a little bit easier on them. Another way that I like to do things too when I'm bluntly messaging people is I send them those same exact 2 messages. And then at the end of it, I put a little space. And then I say, "If not, no biggie, just figured I'd ask." That way you're giving them a way in and you're giving them a way out. So if they say, "Oh," if you say something like that, they're more likely to say, "Oh, no, thank you," than just ignore you. So at least you know where you stand at that point. All right. Or they will, maybe they might respond to you because they know that they don't have to say something, but they can at that point. All right. So bluntly messaging. Now, when I'm bluntly messaging people, I'm not just messaging people that I literally, they're not on my Facebook. They're not friends with me on Facebook, nothing like that. I don't reach out to people who I'm not friends with on Facebook. But when they accept my friend request on Facebook, that means it's fair game that they are going to be messaged by me at some point. Okay. I don't message people right off the bat. I usually let them watch my page for a little while. I might go to their page and react, but I don't write them a message right off the bat. And I don't write to them and say, "Hey, I just wanted to know if you were interested in A, B, C, and D." That's a good way to get yourself blocked right from the start, okay? So you want to make sure that you're giving them time to kind of watch your Facebook a little bit. And so that's why when you first start your business, adding every single day, as many people as you can. I remember when I was adding, For the first time, I was adding anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people every single day because I knew that I needed those people to watch me for a little while before I could message them. And so the more that I added daily, the more people I could message sooner. Okay. So that's one of the ways that I message people for potential loyal customers. The second way, most of you guys know, some of you might not be up to par with this. You might not use it all the time, but I'm telling you, it is the best way to get potential loyal customers, and any top leader will tell you that, especially if you're doing it the right way. And that way is host to post. Now, what host to post is, if you don't know, it is a way to get your friends to post on their Facebook for you by giving them an incentive. So we have a lot of team drawings right now. We have the $130 cash drawing. I want to say pretty much every single one of you is in that right now. Maybe not Davina, but she's hopping back in, I think. So, that's something that you can look into next month. And everybody has the opportunity to get into our team drawings every single month. So just remember that. And that is coming up on Monday, I believe, for our next month. And I'm also going to be doing the drawing for that. So with host to post, what I do every single day when I'm doing host to post is I'm literally sending mass messages and saying the same thing in different ways. Okay. And so when I'm doing it, I'm sending a message that says, hey girl, I'm giving away $130 cash. Do you want in? Now, another way that I would say it is, hey, my team is really into giving right now this time of year, and we're looking to help someone pay one of their bills this month. The drawing is up to $130. Do you want in? Or the next one will be, hey, I know that you were interested in my team drawing last month. Just want to check in and see if you wanted to get into the $130 cash giveaway this month. You see how those are different? So you can send as many of those messages as you want and not get blocked, because you are sending pretty much the same exact message, asking the same question, but you're saying it in different ways. So Facebook does not recognize what you're saying each time. And so that's how you can get away with sending different messages. Now, after they say yes, I say, great. All I'll do is send you a post to copy and paste to your wall. Once you do that, you're in. Sound good? I either usually say sound good, or I say you ready. And I always make sure I say that instead of saying, do you want in again? Because if they've already said that they want it in, there is no going back. They want in the draw. It's just whether they're ready for it or not. And so I usually always say that at the end. Now, the host to post that you actually send them. So the host to post that I usually send 9 times out of 10 is for weight loss. I do know a lot of people who do like the hair, skin, and nails, or they do the wraps, or they do something like that, and that's great. When you are doing it, you do not want to be sending spammy pictures with them. And what I mean by spammy, and I've always said it the same exact way, spammy means those classic green, black, and bling pictures where you see it works all over it. People are not going to be attracted to a post like that on your Facebook, which means that they're not going to be attracted to someone else's post on their Facebook for you. And so you want to make sure that if you're going to send a picture with your host post, which you usually should, unless you're using a colored background post and having your friends do that, you should always send a before and after picture with it, because the before and after picture is what catches people's eyes. That's what makes people say, oh my gosh, I just saw this on this person's page. I want to look just like that, or I want to do that. And then that's where you'll see a lot more comments and likes on your host to post, rather than just them seeing text or seeing try my 90-day challenge or whatever the case may be. If you're doing a colored background, it should literally be the simplest thing, saying, hey, who here loves coffee and wants to lose 30 pounds? My friend, whatever your name is, my friend Chelsea is looking to help a few people shed some weight before the summer. And then that's it. Just leave it at that with a colored background. Keep it very, very simple, and you don't have to rewrite the script. You can keep it the same exact way. I like to keep my host to post the same throughout each season. I just change the picture every month. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything special where I'm, you know, oh, I need to do something for hair, skin, nails this month because I did something for weight loss last month, or oh, I need to do something for my keto energy, or even just mentioning the product in the host of post. You don't have to mention the product in the host of post. You can literally say weight loss challenge, hair growth challenge, energy challenge, the you know, looking for product models to tone up for the summertime. You don't have to say wraps, you know, keto coffee, keto energy, stuff like that. You don't have to say the specific product. You want them to be able to actually ask you instead of going to research it, looking it up, and then never commenting on that post because they've already researched it. You want to keep their brain curious, even on the host of post. Okay, guys? So host of posts are like that. And then what I do after I send the host of posts, I think I've trained a lot of you girls this way, and I think your leaders have trained you this way as well. When you get a host of posts out, I make sure that they don't tag me in it. Although there are some people who do, they don't follow directions well, and that's okay, totally okay. But if normally I tell them not to tag me in it because it helps Facebook algorithm, and it helps, you know, boost the post up, and it makes it so that more people see it without the tag. And so what I do is I have them post it and let me know when they're done. Once they let me know that they're done, I say, okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put you in the drawing. Thank you for posting for me. And then I go to their post, okay? And these are the 3 things that I do every single time someone posts for me. I go and react on it with a heart, a wow face, or a thumbs up. The second thing that I do is I drop an emoji in the comment section. A lot of the time I like to do the party face. That's just me. It's my personality. But some people, they put the on fire face, like on the fire emoji, or like you can put the heart emojis or whatever you want to put in there. But the reason why I put that emoji and I like on it is because it boosts the post up in their friends' timeline. So their friends are going to see, oh, someone already commented on that. And then they're going to go check out the post because it's already bumped up. So you want to make sure you're liking and you're commenting on it. And then I go and I click save. I know a lot of you guys already do this, but you just click save, and that way you can go to your saved post anytime. And all you do to do that is the 3 little dots in the right hand corner. It's a drop down box. You just click save post, and then boom, it's there. All right. And you've got a host of posts going. And so that's how I do host of posts. Okay. Now, I cannot stress enough how, you know, sealing the deal doesn't always happen instantly. It is a, you know, a growing thing. So like when you are doing host to post, no matter if you're doing host to post or you're messaging the way that I was telling you to message or the way that I message, I do both of them because I'm really good at both of them. I know a lot of people who they do host posts, they kill it with host posts. I know a lot of people who they just straight message and they kill it with straight messaging. And it's okay no matter what way that you want to do it. I know that host to post for a fact, like I've seen it happen with every single person I've ever talked to. Host post is definitely where it's at, especially when you've got it down to a science, okay? And when you have it down to a science, it's all about numbers at that point. It's the more you do, the more potentials you're going to get, the more people you can follow up with, and the more loyal customers you're going to get, okay? So after someone comments or likes on it, I go ahead and I send them a message, and I send them the simplest message ever. The message is literally saying, hey, I just saw your reaction on my friend's post. Is that something that you're seriously interested in? Boom, just like that. So simple. And then I go back to the post and I comment underneath their comment. And I say, hey girl, I sent you a message. Please let me know if you got it. If you don't say, please let me know if you got it, they have no call to action. So most of the time they won't even go and check their messages. So you want to make sure that you're saying that afterwards. And the good thing about it is Facebook is now tagging people when you go to comment. So you don't even have to tag them anymore. You just literally click comment underneath it and it tags their name automatically, which is pretty cool. And it saves us a lot of time as network marketers because we don't have to worry about it. So when it comes to messaging, what I was saying before was, I cannot stress enough how much the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? So everybody says, you know, oh, I'm doing host posts every single day, or I'm messaging every single day, but I'm not getting anybody. What you need to understand is that those people are not going to join you or, order your products until you follow up with them anywhere from 3 to 7 times. Okay. And that's just the average. It's a proven fact. Like most people are going to take 3 to 7 times before they actually order with you or they actually get started with you. And what I want you to really, really think about every single time you're talking to someone new and you're getting frustrated because you followed up with them, 4 times and they still haven't ordered, or they've said that they were going to order, they've scheduled to order with you, but they never actually follow through with it. You have to think about when you before you even got started with this business, okay, how many times did your enroller reach out to you and say, hey, do you want to try my products? Or, hey, do you want to do a host post for me? Or, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? And then you also have to think, maybe your enroller didn't reach out to you a lot, but you thought about it so many times. Maybe you're one of those people who jump right in right off the bat. That's very rare. But most people, and I guarantee you almost every single person on this Zoom right now has been talked to by their enroller at least, I would say at least 2 to 10 times before they actually got started with this business. Okay. You always have to think about that. So when it comes to following up with people, if you follow up, and then you quit, that next time that you followed up could be the next time that person actually enrolls and you missed out on it and someone else is going to swoop in. How many of you guys remember that video that I posted in the group chat of that lion that was sitting there and just waiting for his prey to go by and just waiting for the right moment? And then that other lion swoops right in, okay? That's exactly what this business is about. If you're sitting there just watching your people go by and just waiting for the right time to message people, or waiting for the right time to follow up people, or waiting for the right time in any situation whatsoever, I guarantee you there's going to be someone who comes in and is going to get the friggin' the meat. They're going to get your prey because you waited too long. And so you want to make sure that you're following up consistently. Okay. So now I'm going to get right into the how I seal the deal, whereas how I talk to people. And I have it written down, so I want to go over it with you. And I'm going to flip my camera around for this, okay? Because I want you to see exactly what I'm talking about. If I can. Okay. So we're on here, and I'm going to show you. So I printed this out, and it says how to seal a deal from first contact at the top. If you can see this, make sure you raise your hand. Because if you can't, I want to make sure that I'm doing good. All right. So if you're looking right here, the very first thing that I do is find out their goal, okay? If they had commented or liked on a host of posts, you're going to reach out to them and you're already going to know what their goal is because they commented on a host of posts for weight loss or for hair, skin, nails, or they commented on something for gaining energy. So boom, you know your goal right there. The only thing is that if it's for weight loss, you need to find out how much weight they're actually looking to lose, because that goes into, factor with what you're actually going to offer them for products. And so that's what we're finding out. We want to find out exactly what they need, because if they are, say they're in, good shape, they eat healthy and everything, but they just want to, lose their belly fat, or they just want to tone up, you're not going to offer them fat fighters. That's not going to help them. You want to make sure that you're offering them exactly what they need, okay? So if you're doing a host post, you're already going to know their goal, okay? But if you are messaging them bluntly and saying, I'm looking for a few product models for A, B, and C, and they say, yes, I want in, you need to make sure you ask them, well, what's your goal? Find out what that goal is. And you can literally do that by just saying something simple. Awesome. What's your goal? That's literally the simplest line ever. Keep it super, super simple every single time. So then the next thing that you're going to do is find out what their lifestyle is. If they are looking to tone up or lose weight, you want to find out what their lifestyle is, because that's going to help you decide what products are going to be best for them. Okay. So I usually do this by asking, what's your eating and activity look like? And I know a lot of you guys use this too. So I literally just say the simplest thing, saying, great, what's your eating and activity look like? They usually tell me, oh, well, I eat like crap and I, I don't exercise whatsoever. at that point, you know, you could ask them if they're willing to make a lifestyle change, because nobody's going to be able to use our products and eat like that and still maintain maintain the weight after they lose it. Our products might help them with these with this lifestyle, but in the same sense, if they're looking to come off of these products at some point, they're not going to be able to maintain that weight loss. And that's what the real goal is for them to lose the weight and keep it off. Okay. So always remember that. And then the third one, if you see here, is the budget. So the third thing you always want to ask is the budget. And I know some leaders don't ask the budget. I personally do, because this is what I think in my head. If I go to talk to someone and I offer them I'm talking to them about them wanting to lose, 40 pounds. And I go and offer them the triple threat, but they are on a, TFX budget. I'm not going to offer them the triple threat when I know for a fact that they can't get it and they're not going to get it. And so then, that could cause them to freeze up. That could cause them to be like, oh, well, her products are way too expensive. There's no way. And then maybe ignore me for good. And I might never, ever hear from them ever again. And so I like to do that. But the thing is, this is the difference in what I've been doing the past, 6 months that's led me to get such high volume, is when I'm asking, where is it? When I'm asking this question right here, it says, sweet, I can work with that after you find out what their goal is and their lifestyle. You say, most of my best products that would help you with that in a timely fashion range from, and then I put a price right here. You can use this every single time. This script can be used every single time, and I use it every single time. And I know top leaders who use this same exact script every single time, and this is where I got it from. And so I say, in a timely fashion, range from $65 to $97 a month. Now, the reason why I put this in there is because I usually pair products. If you were on that last Zoom that Carly did with us, she had mentioned that our products are meant to be paired, and she's so right. They're so meant to be paired. And so if they're trying the keto coffee, why not get them on the greens too? If they are trying the TFX, why not get them on the greens or the fat fighters too? If they're trying the wraps, throw in that defining gel or the stretch mark cream. Why not? And so I always go for the higher products, because one, it's going to help them, but also it's going to help your volume in a long run. That's going to make your volume go from, if you would have just offered a $25 to $65, that would have been okay. They get a fat fighters, that's 25 BV. Whereas this right here, 55 BV for the TFX and fat fighters. That jumps up so much. And so you want to always offer the higher amount. And what I did here was I say $65. And what I mean by $65 is literally maybe the wraps. Okay. Wraps are high volume. Wraps actually work. Wraps are amazing alone, and so I think about those. But I also think about TFX and fat fighters. TFX and fat fighters right now are $61 together. That's a bare minimal. So if I'm saying $65 to $97, that covers the TFX and fat fighters. If they say that's doable for them, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to match them with the TFX and fat fighters. Boom. All right. And so the 97 would be like the triple threat. Okay. And so if they say, I don't have a budget, then you can go whatever. You can literally do whatever is going to fit in, whatever is going to fit their lifestyle, and you're good to go. And you can probably upsell them too, and talk to them about other products that might help with other, things that they want help with as well. And so I always say after that, is that doable for you? All right. So then after I ask what the budget is and they say yes, I go down and I present the product. And here's where I present the product. I literally say, great. And then what I do is I do 1 to 2 sentences about the product, like facts about the product and what it does. And then I ask if they want to try it. So simple. And where I find all the info on it is myitworksproductcoach.com. This is a resource you should definitely write down because you should be using it daily, especially if you're new and you don't know the products right off the top of your head. You don't know the products 100%. You probably won't know all of them until you're, 6 months to a year into this business. And I can guarantee that. And so My It Works Product Coach, I still use it all the time. And I've been with the company for a year. So if I can use it daily, you can definitely use it daily. And all I do is I go to My It Works Product Coach and I find, 2 things that it does and helps with, and probably throw in the main thing that it helps with, right? And then I at the end of it, I say, do you want to try it? That's so simple. 1 to 2 sentences, and then I ask them if they want to try it. And if you don't know anything about the products, you can also go to your personal website, which is whatever you chose for yourself.myitworks.com. Like mine's chelseasear.myitworks.com. You can use that anytime, and you can look up the ingredients, anything like that. Obviously, you're not going to put the ingredients right here, but you are going to put a description of it and then ask them if they want to try it. All right. So the next thing that I do is I do the price of the product. So if they say they want to try these products right here, I go back up and I do the present the product price. So say this is, I don't know, let's do keto coffee and greens, okay? Keto coffee and greens, if you go to your website, I guarantee right now that it says that together added up, the retail cost is $120, okay? The discounted cost, if you were to add up the keto coffee and greens with our discount in US dollars, it equals out to $72. All right. So what I like to do is I present to them like this. I say, great. It retails at $120, but when you become a product model with me for 12 weeks, I will get it for you with my discount, which you can say my or my personal discount, which is only $72 a month. So that's all that I do. I go to my website and I add up retail versus discounted. And also, if you go look in Dark Horse Rise Up, you'll also see that I posted something in there as well talking about it. And it's got the whole, hold on, it's timing out 10 minutes. Okay, so it's got the whole, product price list on there with the BV and everything, okay? So then lastly, after I present that, I place the order or I schedule the loyal customer, okay? And so how I do that is if they say, yes, I want to try that, I say this, do you have a few minutes right now to order? And I'll say, awesome. Do you have a few minutes to order? I'll say just like that, and I'll put a heart at the end of it or whatever I want to put. If they are saying, yes, I want to order right now, you're going to say, okay, I'm just going to send you what I need to place your order now. And once you send it, just hang tight by your phone because I do need you to accept your review page before I can submit. And you want to do that because you're going to send them that customer agreement, right? You always want to make sure that you send them that customer agreement because they need to know what they're getting into. They need to know what they're going to be doing for a program, how long, and how they can, if they wanted to end it for some reason, how they can end it. They need to know all that information. And so it's just like anything. It's like them signing a contract. So you present to them that contract after you give them the total of what everything is. After you get their info, you put it in, and then you present to them the total. And then you present to them the customer agreement and ask them if they agree. Once they agree to the total and the terms, boom, you can submit the order and you've got a loyal customer and you've helped someone for the day. All right. If they say, you ask them if they have a few minutes right now and they say, I'm not sure if I have a minute right now, but I might have a minute later. Or they say, I get paid on Friday, follow up with them on Friday and you want to follow up with them in the morning. So I know a lot of you girls work. Do your follow-ups in the morning before you go to work. That should be your number one thing when you wake up. Go down your list on your calendar or your list of girls who are scheduled to order on that Friday, and go ahead and send everybody a message. And the message can be so simple. It can literally say, hey girl, I'm so excited to get you started today. Do you have a few minutes for me to help you place your order this morning? Or it can say, hey, I have a couple spots left for the blank. What time today works best for you to order? Something super simple like that gets their brain going, and you might catch them right before they go to work, or you might catch them before they spend all their money. Because, a lot of us, we live paycheck to paycheck, and so, or we have lived paycheck to paycheck. And so you want to make sure you're catching them before they go and spend all their money on, other stuff other than their health. Okay. If you guys are still writing this down, I am going to post it in the group chat too, so you guys can see it. Okay. I'm going to flip this camera around because I am going to finish this up. We've only got 10 minutes or 5 minutes left probably now at this point. Okay, I'm good. All right. So the fortune is always in the follow-up. You want to make sure that you're following up with them all the time. Okay. I follow up like crazy. You guys hear me say in the group chat, oh, I'm going on a messaging spree. Usually that's either for host to post, to message for loyal customers, or to go ahead and do my follow-ups. And once you get a big list of follow-ups, you're going to want to make sure that you're following up all the time consistently, because it gets overwhelming when you have 500 people to follow up with and you've got 1 day to do it. All right. So make sure that you're following up. Now, the other thing is how I follow up is, they say, okay, well, I'm interested, or they ignored me, or they didn't write me back, or whatever the case may be. I follow up with them on Friday. Payday is Friday for most people. Some people it's Thursday, but most of the time it's Friday around here. So go ahead and follow up with them on that Friday. And then usually what I do, or on their payday, whatever they said was their payday. And then if they don't do it then usually I will alternate. And the next week I will send them a message for host to post or becoming a distributor. And I'll say, hey, I'll send them the same message I would for a host to post. Or I'll send them a message and say, hey, I was just wondering if you were interested in knowing a little bit more about what I do, or sending them a message saying, hey, I don't know if you need this, but do you know anybody who might be interested? They might have just not responded to you because they didn't have the money to do it right then and there. Or maybe they're struggling. Maybe they're living paycheck to paycheck and they don't have it. So you want to make sure that you're reaching out to them in different ways, not just for that product, maybe for different products, maybe for host post, maybe for becoming a distributor. And that follow-up is so important because it keeps you in their inbox and in their mind. And so they're going to be thinking about you all the time. They're going to be thinking about what you're doing. And then usually what I do is I wait 2 weeks and then I follow up with them again. And I kind of just rotate my messages to them. Sometimes I'll ask them about a host to post. Sometimes I'll ask them about becoming a distributor. Sometimes I'll ask them for a referral. Sometimes I will literally go to their Facebook and I will creep their Facebook and I'll find something that, I can relate to. And I'll write them a message and say, like I just sent messages the other day about a girl on my Facebook, she's pregnant and she has ignored me several times. And I asked her, I reached out to her and I said, hey girl, I just saw on your Facebook you're pregnant, congratulations. And I said, what do you do? So I started a conversation with her other than the business to get to talking to her. So I'm in her mind again, whether it's about the business or not. Okay. So always make sure that you're doing that. And that this is all what I mean when I say, you should be asking in your messages, not on your Facebook as much. It's okay to throw out a post. It's totally okay to throw out a post every once in a while saying, oh, I've got 3 spots for this, or, the classic cleanse post that we've all been using, or a post about, drinking your greens that day. It is okay to throw that in every once in a while, but you want to make sure that your posts are mainly about you and getting other people to trust you and understand you and know who you are and where you're coming from. Okay. So that's pretty much it for the how I sign loyal customers and how to seal a deal from first contact. If you have any questions, please post it in the group chat. And then once this goes on YouTube, you can also comment below, okay? I hope you guys have a great night.